Hey y'all, it's me. I'm gonna make a quick video because I got my Lion brand in. You know, they had that sale not long ago. Some of their yarn was like $1, I think it was. I'm not sure, but I think it was. But I wanted to let y'all know what I've been doing the last few days. So the farmer guy who lives down the street, I'm gonna love this. You know, I keep telling y'all these stories. Farmer guy that lives down the street, his name is Al. He came by the other day and wanted to know what vegetables I wanted him to bring me this year. Well, he brought me several. He asked me about several, and I said yes, 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 no, yes, 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 no. Uh, but I forgot one that my sister wanted. So she said, why does she talk to you instead of us? I said, because y'all keep turning him down for stuff. I said, I say yes because I'm like, I never know when, like, y'all gonna laugh at me now, when the apocalypse is coming, but I want to have enough food, even if it's food I don't like, which don't make no sense, but that's me. Anyway, let me show y'all what I've been working on lately. Now, I remember I told you I've been working on some quillas to finish. Well, we had several of the little pillows, the pockets that you um, fill in so that you fold the blanket up and put it into the pocket. Well, so I decided to make pillows out of them. I haven't finished stuffing them, so these are kind of very basic, just pillows. There's one. Hang on, I'm having to stretch around because y'all notice I turned my chair. This is so I could get the best light. Okay, and then this dog. Y'all, I love the dogs. Aren't they pretty? This one's full. I just have to sew it shut now. Yeah, I forgot that part. I didn't notice it until, earlier. Oh well. I also, how many of y'all have ever ordered from Wish? Okay. I ordered from Wish. I order from them for several things. They're fun. Okay. I mean, for $1, what the hey, even if it's not perfect, I am on board. So I, I know y'all gonna laugh at me, but I ordered some shirts. Now, keep in mind with Wish, you have to go up like 2 to 3 sizes. So you never know which is the right size. Now, this is a 5X from Asia. Yeah, it's about the size of a 1X. Y'all may not see it, but it is. It's kind of like it's long. It's a tunic shirt, which I got it for $3. See, every once in a while they have free shipping. If you find the ones that have free shipping, you can get awesome deals because sometimes they'll sell them real short and you'll get a great deal on them. And sometimes they have not so great deals, which I don't ever buy during those times, but there it is. And then I got this shirt, which I thought was really pretty. Again, I think I bought it like 5 times my size so that, it might fit. And then I started making me some project bags. This is my first adventure, y'all, and it's rough. It's rough. This is the bag I'm keeping all my willow squares in for my patchwork willow square blankets. But I like the sugar skulls. So, but see, I told y'all it's like really rough. I have not done a whole lot of fixing to it. The seams aren't straight. The stitch isn't straight. I just did all kinds of fun things with that. But it's a great place to store my willow squares. Cause see, I'm using up all these random yarns I used this past winter on the different blankets and stuff, so that I can have. Okay, y'all, just. So that I can just use them up and have more space to put the new yarns. Which, by the way, I have not bought anything that has not gone with the specific project yet this year. Everything I've bought has gone with the specific project, including the yarn here from Lion Brand. Which, hang on, it's just a small little box. Yeah. I haven't opened it yet, so I thought I'd open it with you guys. Ta-da! Oh, it's that boucle stuff. I forgot about that. Yeah. I've never really used it that much, but yeah, it was $1 a piece. Isn't that awesome? Hat Hate. Oh, they sent me a oh, some cute little ponchos. Isn't that adorable? That's sweet. I kind of liking that. Thank you, Lion Brand. That was awesome. Fiddlesticks. Don't you hate it when things don't go? Okay, y'all. Now, y'all know how I am about neutrals. Well, I didn't stay so neutral with this because all these colors were baby colors. Except one. I like this stuff. I think it's getting blown out by the light, but it's more of a, yeah, that's it. More of a peachish color. I kind of like that peach color. Actually, the name of it's Peach. But it's that baby soft boucle, and it is so soft. I don't know. I didn't realize it was this soft. This is like really soft. This is like Karen Simply Soft. It says, I don't know, it says it's a what, 5 or 3? It says it's a 5, but it's more like a 3. I guess because when it poofs up, it poofs up, but I wouldn't go no higher than a 4, but you know, that's okay. But I bought 5 of each color, so I'm just going to show you all each color. And I found the mint green. You know, I don't know what it is about green this year, but this one is called Sprout. Isn't that cute? Let's see if I can get it back here. Oh yeah, that's a much better color of it. See that? When you mess up one of your nails when you're working. This is tan. I think y'all can tell what tan is. It's actually looking really pretty. And this is aqua. Now see, what I wanted to do was to make a couple of little baby sweaters with these. Little sweaters for my toddlers in my life. I've got like, let's face it, I only have 2 toddlers left. But I think I could swing my older grandkids in with these, maybe. The green and the blue, I think. But the peach and the tan, I want to use the tan to outline all these. So, like the tan will be like going around the sleeves and maybe the neckline down the front, and then the solid color in between. So, I'm thinking that's where I'm going with this. And, okay, got a story to tell you. I don't know if I told you before, but it came to my head earlier this morning when I was watching some videos. But I used to love scary stuff. Love it. Oh my gosh, Stephen King. Read his books. Don't particularly like him that much now. He's kind of, I don't know, his I don't know. It just doesn't make, he took too much of the supernatural out and made it just basically about people and what people will do, which is terrifying enough. I don't need to read about that. Like Misery. No, there are crazy people out there who would do that. Why would I want to read that? Watch that. And then there's Anyway, I used to be into all this stuff. Well, when I lived in New Orleans, I don't know if any of y'all know, there's a bunch of plantations down there that are haunted, like the Myrtles, and lots of those plantations on off of River Road. Can't ever get those words out of my mouth lately. Okay, outside of River Road. So you could travel down River Road and basically come up to any one of those plantations, and like as not, they've got a ghost story. It has something to do with the water, the Mississippi River. I mean, it's just really interesting how that works, but it's true. It does work that way. Well, there was this one road on the outside of town, and they told us not to go down this road at night. And whatever we did not do not turn your headlights off because you will see things you don't want to see. So of course, being teenagers, we're gonna go for it. I mean, why not? I mean, hello. So we all pile in the car. I think there's about 6 of us. And I can't remember if my younger sister went with us, but I think she did. But it was a whole bunch of my friends and myself, and I think my sister went with us. And we were riding down this road, and we pretended that the car stopped and that the lights went out to scare the other kids in the car. They start panicking. I mean, literally panicking. So we slow down. We turn the lights off. And then we're all looking around, like that. And then this man stepped out of the woods behind us. Yeah, that car started and hauled back down that road because we were not staying to find out just what he was doing down there and why he stepped out of the road when we stopped. Because he didn't show himself till after we stopped and our lights went out. So it's kind of like, okay, we're gone. We went right home back. We're not going to do that again. But yeah, I've been down that road several times, but every time I go down, it scares the bejesus out of me because it's just so creepy. There are just roads like that are very, very creepy. And in Mississippi, I used to live not far from the state hospital. Now, the state hospital has been in 2 different places. Before 1960 or something like that, it was in Jackson, Mississippi. It was in downtown Jackson. Well, they moved it when University Hospital came, which is a large, massive hospital. But they didn't dig up the people who were buried there. My grandmother and the lady who used to work next door to me when I worked at an art gallery told me that there were people buried under the concrete of some of those hospitals over there because they didn't dig them up. They left them right there and just moved the hospital down to Rankin County. So they moved it out in the middle of nowhere. Now, of course, progress, things build up around those areas and stuff like that. So that area is starting to get built up. But when it wasn't, when it was just the hospital out there, it was a long, dark road there. But to get there, you have to go under this canopy of trees that are like this. I mean, those scenes in the movies where they're riding down the plantation things and those trees are like looped over them and stuff like that. Yeah, that's on the way to our mental hospital down there. Yeah, what a plantation. Mm. Yeah, that's where a lot of our criminally insane end up because we didn't want them out in the middle of, you know, public. And then right down the road, yeah, we've got all this on one road, y'all. We got the mental hospital, and then not far down that road, or another road that comes off the hospital, is the prison. Yeah, We keep one of our prisons down there. It's not Parchman. It's a different one. So it's, yeah, Rankin County's kind of busy. So they ask you, do not slow down or stop when you're driving through those areas. Period. Because you never know. Somebody could have escaped. And if you stop, they're going to think they're in your car. And for the mental institution, if somebody escapes from there, you're kind of like messed up. Most of those people are kind of like cray cray. They moved all the people, the wonderful, because used to, I don't know how many of y'all know this, but people with Down syndromes and learning disabilities used to be put in insane asylums. They didn't have any other problem than they had Down syndromes or they had a learning disability. Crazy but true. They used to do that. Now that to me, that makes me mad. I mean, I can understand if people are seeing butterflies in front of them and that the butterflies are sipping tea or whatever, but just because someone has Down syndrome does not mean they're mentally challenged. It's just that their mental acuity only ages to a certain point, but they can learn, and they do learn. Sorry, that's my soapbox, y'all. But I'll come down on it. But anyway, I was watching all kinds of, you know what I forgot to do? Yeah, I'm surprised none of y'all have reminded me. I was supposed to be giving y'all reviews on different channels, what I watched them for. Now, I stopped at Crochet Jewel. Why I can remember that, and I can't remember where I went in 15 minutes ago, I don't know. But that's how it works. Now, 15 minutes after the video last time, I couldn't have told you which one I stopped at, but I can now. But y'all, I just been hanging, been doing my thing, been crocheting like a crazy person. Been working on that granny square blanket. I have got 35 of the green squares done. Only need 19 more. And I've got, what was it, 34? So I've got 32 white ones left to do. But once I get them done, it's going to come together because I know exactly how I want it to look. And that's half the battle, is getting it to look the way you want it. And I know a specific look I have in mind for that particular blanket. So I know how I want it to look. And I know which stitch I'm going to use to join them, so that's all good. I may use the same stitch to join the willow squares. Don't know yet. Haven't decided. I think that's about it, y'all. Y'all got me oh yeah, I cooked brownies last night. Shouldn't have, but I did. They were good. I need to make me some popcorn tonight. I'm in the mood for it. But it is late at night. And I'm like, I like giving this a whirl at night now because of the light Linda sent me. And hopefully that helps, y'all to see me a little bit better. I know my hair's like everywhere today, y'all. I have, okay, I don't use a blow dryer. I haven't in over 40 years used a blow dryer. I just don't use them. My hair has always dried naturally. I've just never felt the need to do all that fluffing and everything with my hair. And generally speaking, my hair looks okay. I mean, it don't look all the best, but it doesn't look ratchet either. So it's looking okay. But lately, every time I do that, my hair, because it's so thick, I'm going to have to thin it. I've got to thin in between these layers here because it gets so thick it just poofs like all up on one side. Y'all see this? Y'all see this whole helmet looking thing? Oof, 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 on. This side, not so much. This side seems to say pretty much Little Orphan Annie. Really kind of small, but that's okay because that's, just the way my hair works. But there was another story, and I meant to tell y'all about it, and I can't think of it now. But it had something to do with when we're young or something. Something when I was young. And I love those stories, but I can't always think of them. Oh, yeah, now I remember. When I was about, I don't know, 9 or 10. Now, if you recall, I told you that some of the area behind my mom's house was not built up until later, like real late. But at that point, the apartments that were around the corner from my mom's house were built in the 1970s. Well, I watched them go up. Yeah, I'm old. But a friend of mine was living in the apartments, and we would drive our bikes up behind the apartments. And now there's a subdivision behind it. It's a little circle of houses. But before, there was nothing there. It was just woods. So we would ride our bikes and go walking and stuff into the woods. And then we come out, and Mississippi has a lot of red mud, red clay. So we would come out and we would see these huge, what looked like to us, huge cliffs of red clay. And they looked like cliffs to us because they were like way over our heads. Well, I'm sure they wouldn't look that way now, but to a 9, 10-year-old kid. Oh well. So we would make up stories. We would just sit there and make up stories, and talk about different things, like maybe there were Indians out here and they had a settlement, and all kinds of stuff, because like the Pearl River's right down just all kinds of things we would do. But I don't know what it is, and I don't know if y'all can tell me or if y'all have noticed it too. But we're raising not us. We already did our damage. But the next generation, my daughter's generation, is raising a kids with no imagination anymore. They don't have to play and make up stories and imagine that they're pirates or princesses or whatever. A lot of kids don't do that anymore. I know they portray it in the commercials and stuff, but I haven't seen very. They're always on their little digital things. And my daughter, of course, thank God, limits how much her kids get. So they have a huge imagination. Her kids really do. Yeah. We found out when we took them to the Butterfly Museum, and my granddaughter was scared of them because she was afraid they'd pick her up and fly her off. Yeah, that's an imagination at work. And then, we went to the aquarium and everything in Dallas, so it was nice. They have a gorgeous butterfly. What is it, arboretum or something like that? But it's the Butterfly Museum. It's fun, fun, fun. It's more like a bug museum or something, but we had a lot of fun. And then we went to the aquarium. They call it an aquarium, but my God, they had everything there. They had a lot of sea creatures. So anyway, I'm getting off track. So if you're Dallas next time, go see them. Yeah, advertisement, right? Um, no, I just was thinking about that. I can remember, Nancy Drew. My granddaughter's just now getting into Nancy Drew, and she loves them just like I did. She said, Mimi, I can imagine that I'm Nancy and that and I'm like, I used to be the same way, which is awesome. My generation connecting with my grandchildren's generation is actually kind of cool. Um, I think it is kind of cool to be able to connect with them in some ways. Um, but yeah, I think we need to bring back imagination and get rid of a lot of the digital and let kids have recess instead of studying for exams in school. It's just a pain. They shouldn't have to. All they do is they spend their entire third grade year learning how to take this one test. They don't learn anything else in third grade but how to take this test and how to pass this test. Because this test tells them how much money they get from the federal government and how they can spend this next year in textbooks and stuff. So, the more kids who pass that test, the better off they are. Well, there's several grades that are like that. There's like, I think there's three grades that they do that in. But I know that third grade's one of them. Mm-hmm. And that No Child Left Behind nailed my daughter good when she was in junior high because she could have gone up to algebra when she moved up to the high school, but they wanted her to take pre-algebra again because she only made a B. And the teacher didn't feel like she learned everything. So she got held behind with the No Child Left Behind. Yeah, I never got that either. But now she's a nurse. So I hope that teacher never needs her. I'm only kidding. She wouldn't do that. She has days at work where it's sad. I mean, she calls me in tears some days after some of the days she has because it's just so hard being a nurse these days. And especially when you're working on a surgical floor where a patient can go south very quickly. And usually the night shift is when if they're going to crash, they're going to crash on the night shift. They rarely go during the day, some do, but for some reason the night shift and full moons always bring it out. And she had a particularly rough day the other day, so she called me and we chatted, and she felt better after. A little, not a whole lot, because it still weighs on her. She's so tenderhearted. That's what I get. But she wants to nurse. She loves nursing. That is her thing. So I can't say anything. I mean, she has found her passion. So as long as she has that passion, who am I to say? I can't say yes or no to her because it's hers. It's her thing. So every time I think about saying something, I have to pull myself back and say, no, this doesn't belong to you. This is her thing. So that's been the hardest thing, learning to let go of your adult children and telling them that, yeah, you're an adult now. You make your own decisions. You do your own thing. Just call me when they don't work or if they don't work. And then call me when you're successful because I want to hear about that too. And I'm just thinking about Rose because when Carrots moves out, when she goes to college and she moves out, Rose is going to need my phone number. Yeah, don't forget to ask me for that, Rose, because you're going to need it. Yeah, because that empty desk syndrome, oh, it's real. It's very real. Especially when you only have one child. When you have more than one, it's not as bad when the first one leaves, according to my sister now. I could be mistaken. But when the second one left, she lost it. Me, my daughter moving out was horrible. It was hard because we shared everything. We were best friends. But, it was her turn to live her life, so can't hold her back. Wouldn't want to. But, anywho, y'all, I just thought to show y'all what I've been up to and what I got and what I've been doing. Um, just crocheting a whole lot, making pillows, making quillos, making somewhat project bags. I made several. and they're all just leftover pieces of fabric that I had from other things. So I just made a few to hold my little different projects in. Um, that blue clay yarn will be going into its own little project bag because it's got a specific project for it. And then that's about it, y'all. I have been on here 30 minutes again. No, I'm only kidding. I like to talk to y'all a little too much sometimes, but hey, that's me. But, oh, y'all, let me tell you, buy water. Buy a couple of cases of water. And don't look at me strange for saying this, but buy a couple of cases of water and keep them on hand just in case for the next couple of months until it warms up real good. Because they're saying that coronavirus spreading pretty quick. But they still say the flu's killing more people than the coronavirus. So I don't know what. It must be one heck of a flu we got this year. But anywho, I'm going to let y'all go because I am not ending on a bad note again. Y'all have fun. Enjoy your week. Keep crocheting for sure. I'm not going to finish my project. It is already February 25th. I'm letting y'all know ahead of time. I only have part of what I need to finish that blanket to make it to the. I'll try, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Cause they changed that date instead of the 20th. I think it's the 19th or the 18th. But yeah, I'm trying. I am working on it. I'm still working on. See, I have to switch yarns because y'all know Red Heart's a little rough. So I have to go back and forth between Red Heart and the yarn that I'm using now to do my willow square. So I'm going back and forth between willow square and a granny square. So the willow squares take me no time. Now that I know how to do them, I just whip those bad boys out. I found the new granny square. And I just thought it was so cool. And I'm going to make one up so y'all can see it next time. Because it looks really cool. Don't know how big it'll be, but it looks, I like it. I think it's pretty cool. But my granddaughter has decided she does not want a granny square blanket for her second blanket because her first one fell all apart because that was the first blanket I ever made and I still wasn't very good at joining them. Yeah. She wants it to where there are no holes. I told my daughter she wants a knitted blanket. Tell her to learn how to knit. Because the cross stitch one, I'm going to have a couple of holes in mine. These small holes, they will be holes. I said, if you want a blanket with no holes, tell her to learn how to knit. Because I am not going to knit her a blanket because that's just too much trouble. I love her. I love her a lot. Don't love her that much. No, I do. What the heck? Okay. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. Have a great week. Have a blessed day. Always keep looking up and always crochet, crochet, crochet. And have a great week. Bye, y'all.